pastures.
They just got massive speed, race speed, these cars. And it's been such a big factor, not only their slick pit work, but they've got such good pace during the race. They can really fight their way back.
Jason Bright, so consistent, of course, as we take a look at Paul Romano. And then Bright will come through behind him. Bright second in the championship series, but hasn't been on the podium since back at round 4.
Yes.
Ambrose goes again on the inside.
Mark Warner was wise to that, but he still gave him enough room.
And there's Jason Richards.
That's a shame.
Into the trap. Has he got enough to get out of it? Oh, that's a miracle. Nobody managed to do that throughout qualifying, but Richards has.
See cars going left, right and centre. There's a lot of dirt and slippery stuff getting dragged onto the bitumen as well, so that wouldn't be helping the situation. But Marcus Ambrose has done it. Got past Bargwana. So Ambrose now up to 6th. He's really on a charge.
Look at this. This is so... It's funny how you end up with your favourite place, isn't it? Yeah. Some circuits.
Well, Jason tried to cover him a little bit there, but there was enough incentive.
And he got the lunch up as well. Well, it's stock standard, isn't it? Ambrose goes through on the inside, and the car on the outside gives him a tap to say, well done, or get out of the way, one of the two.
Ross and Jimmy have got the rear bumper anchored well on that car, haven't they? Just must go and have a look at the fastenings on that.
So Ambrose up to 6th. Paul Morris, the next car in his sights. Morris has been disposed of by Jason Bright, the Holden Racing Team duo in 3rd and 4th. So Ambrose now really starting to zero in on Morris. They try and pounce at the same spot. May not be quite close enough this time around, but he is absolutely charging.
19 laps out of 32 gone. We're on board with Marcus Ambrose, who's the big mover here today in round 10 at Winton. Let's take a look at your Shell Helix race score. All of those drivers have pitted. That's the P on the right-hand side of the screen. So Murphy, Ingle, Scaife, Bright, Morris, Ambrose making the move, Bargwana and Stephen Johnson.
Mark Larkham and John Bale round out the top 10. This is round 10 of the Shell Championship Series from Winton. Back with more after this.
Time and again, this man, Kiwi Jason Richards, has managed to extricate himself out of all the trouble that he's been getting in across this weekend. Today, right now, he needed a bit of help, and that means that the Munro safety car is now on the track as they clean up Craig Lowndes' car, which has been off the track for quite a while.
Just listening to Marcus Ambrose's car as it came past the pit wall moments ago. It does sound like it's got not a misfire, but almost something close to that now. The team have been in conversation with Marcus. They believe what may have happened is that he's clipped the curb and maybe bent the exhaust system, and it's creating a bit of an odd noise for him at the moment. It's certainly not slowing the car down. Marcus is reporting the car is going like a jet.
Yeah, Marcus, it's Barry. Can you hear me? Marcus, it's Barry. Can you hear me?
I think he can hear you, Barry, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, Marcus, if you can hear, put your thumb up. You can't talk back, Marcus.
Well, that's a good thing if you can't hear me.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, good, lovely. We got you now. Marcus, have you got you're flying, but have you got any problems with the motor? It sounds a bit funny.
Yeah, mate, she's a bit of a rattler at the moment. I think we've put a big hole in the exhaust on one of these big flamers.
Well, you're going quick.
But, so, I reckon we can bring it home. It hasn't lost too much speed. Should be okay.
I tell you, the first corner excursion, after getting out of that, they should call you Houdini.
Mate, I've been rattling pretty hard out here, you know. It's easy to make a mistake in the first corner. I just got hung out to dry, really.
Marcus, it's Mark Oasley. You're fighting for a good starting position here too, so if you can get in front of those Holden Racing Team cars, it'll be a great spot for race 2.
Mate, I'm going to try and get him for race 1.
Marcus, Matty White here, mate. Well, this circuit doesn't seem to bother you, even though you've never driven around it before.
No, this is my first time around here, so it's been a very interesting couple of days. And even in the race, you know, the start of the race is the first time I've been on heavy tanks, and you know, it was a bit of a dog on handling, but you know, once the fuel comes out of it, we're going good. So I'm learning every lap and enjoying it too, guys.
I bet. We're enjoying it too. Tell me, Barry Sheen drove your car a few days ago. It looks like he's bent the bottom of your steering wheel.
Mate, I'm half tempted to put him in as a co-driver for Bathurst.
They're all winding me up, Marcus. They said if the car blows up today, it's because you over-revved it. OK, we'll leave you to it, Marcus. Best of luck.
Okay, don't forget, guys, Barry did nothing wrong with this car. It's going good.
Okay.
You're in the clear, Barry. Poor old Craig Lowndes certainly isn't. Marcus Ambrose is having a terrific time out there. And as he said about Bathurst, well, that seat still hasn't been filled, has it? He'll have a new partner in 4 weeks' time at Bathurst as they also put Rodney Forbes' car on the truck and take it back. So we've had quite a few casualties today. We've had Seaton, Lowndes, Forbes, Wheel, Jason Richards.
Brad Jones is out.
And while we're on, I'd just like to say thank you to the Stone brothers for letting me have a run in their car and their outright bravery for letting me do it.
Barry, they'd like to say thank you to you too for bringing it back in one piece, I think.
Here's a update on the Shell Helix race score. Murphy, Engel in the battle for the lead. Scaife and Bright Ambrose, they've all bunched up now, so it's going to be a tremendous fight toward the end of this one. Marcus Ambrose, anything between him and the Holden Racing Team pair in this queue is Paul Romano. There he is, just in front of the Pertec Ford. Behind them, Paul Morris, Jason Bargwanna, Steve Johnson, Mark Larkham, John Bowe. Should be a great finish.
One of the interesting things that happens sometimes when you've gone through a safety car period is if you've been a little bit in sort of on the ragged edge in terms of your tyres, they'll often get a bit of a recovery up as they've cooled out. Temperature's gone down, and then as they come back up to pressure, they can sometimes actually be pretty strong from here on. There's only, well, a little less than 10 laps to go now.
So Craig Lowndes gets towed back into pit lane. Disappointing start for Craig Lowndes, but Greg Murphy, you wouldn't be disappointed, mate. You're leading this one, and can you hold out Russell for another 10 laps?
Yeah, you know, the car's going not too bad. The rear tyres are just sort of starting to go off just before the pace car. But I think Russell's probably having similar sort of trouble. So far, reasonably good. The guys did an absolute blind of a pit stop, as you know. And here I am in front.
It's just amazing the difference that those pit stops can make, isn't it?
Well, it's livened up the action, hasn't it? I mean, it's really made V8 Supercars something special again. It's great we've made the change, and I think the fans should be loving it.
Murph, Whitey here, mate. Are you aware of Marcus Ambrose really moving through the field? He's having a red-hot go behind you.
Mate, I'm having enough trouble in front, all right? As long as he stays back there, I don't care.
Well, you look straight ahead. Enjoy the rest of the day, mate. Thanks, you.
Mate. Cheers.
Greg Murphy leading Russell Ingall, Mark Scaife, Jason Bright, Marcus Ambrose, Paul Morris, Bargwanna, Johnson, Larkham and John Bowe as well.
Craig Lowndes always has the most amazing ability to put on a smile at the worst of times. What's happened?
Well, I'm not quite sure. The engine now won't fire, but we had an excursion off the sweeper. We're pushing hard. The car was working really well. We made up a lot of places. There was a big accident in turn 1 on the start there, but yeah, now after the excursion, the engine won't start, so we'll have to see what happens.
You ventured into this round pretty full of confidence because you've done some good, successful testing here recently with Neil, hadn't you?
Yeah, we had, and with this weather conditions, I think it's caught a lot of the drivers and teams out of their, I guess, their rhythm. And I was one of them yesterday, and today we were pretty confident we had a good race car. Unfortunately, the engine won't start, so we can't prove that. But no, there's another race this afternoon. The guys will do their best to get it back out there.
Like Craig, bring on race 2 and bring on car 2, hey?
And definitely. Thanks, Greg.
Neil, didn't they have the same trouble at Canberra with the thing wouldn't start?
Yes, they did, and I'm just trying to think what that was. It was something in the electrical system. But anyway, we're about to get some action again now, and we'll see what the answer to the question's going to be. Murphy, Ingall, Scaife, Bright, who knows? We'll wait and see.
This is going to
8 laps to go.
This is going to be a good one.
So the safety car's out of the way. Keep your eyes on turn 1. We know that that's drama. This is the V8 Supercars about to hit turn 1. You've got Greg Murphy leading in Russell Ingall. Well, nice and clean throughout there.
Keep your eyes on that Pertec Falcon. He's breathing down the neck of Paul Romano now on the Holden Young Lions Commodore. Ambrose, will he try and pounce in this first corner? Here he comes down the inside. Romano gives him room, so now he's got a clear run at the Holden Racing Team duo.
This should be good fun when he gets to it.
Yeah, expect a big fight from the Holden Racing Team, fighting desperately for championship points here. Critical championship round with Bathurst coming up, then the race in New Zealand, and the big final at Sandown.
Remember, they got Larry, I think, mixed up in here as well.
Yeah.
So Larry's a lap down. Started Nicky Romano, just gets pushed a little bit wide as they come up toward the gum tree once again through the very tight complex turns 7, 8 and 9. And here is the man of the moment, Marcus Ambrose. He's pounced on the back of Jason Bright in car 2.
Be interested to see if he goes for his favourite little place again, wouldn't it?
Yeah, favourite passing spot into turn 7. He's taken a number of cars there.
It's so good how he can keep a tight line through there, though, isn't it?
I'm just so impressed with the pace of the car, Baz. Like, he's just been punching out such consistently.
Next wheel at the back. There's all sorts of trouble. John Bauer caught in there as well.
Cameron McConaughey.
And David Bernard's gone off.
Oh, boy.